Managers and bosses, it's your girl Bettina. I know it's been a while since since I put a video out, but let me tell y'all, the winter plus the pandemic, put your girl out. I ain't even gonna front, okay? Put your girl down. And so I needed March and April. That's all. But I'm back. And so I came back to talk to you guys about a topic that I posted on my page last week. I also have a screenshot of that article at the beginning of this video. It is in regards to Facebook and the three candidates that have put Facebook under fire for some possible unconscious bias. They are claiming that they applied for positions at Facebook. They were qualified for the role. However, Facebook rejected them for the role using the reason that they were not a culture fit. And so my post specifically said, recruiters, hiring managers, and bosses, please stop using the rejection reason, you are not a culture fit. Please take it out. Take it out from the list of your disposition reasons. Stop telling candidates this and stop accepting this from hiring managers if you are a recruiter. It is a complete bullshit, and it reeks of inherent racism. And I know what you're thinking, but Tina, what are you talking about? Listen, I saw your article, I saw it posted, but my company, we have a culture fit. All right. We have a culture at my company. I have been to all the presentations about it. I've been to the training. It is in our employee handbook. We have a culture and it's great. We all exemplify it and we all take it very seriously. Or you're saying, Bettina, yeah, we have a culture and our culture sucks because it's horrible and I cannot stand my job. And so I want to challenge that line of thought of culture. I'm going to do that through an example and some definitions. So, for example, I have a company that I'm very familiar with. It's a large global firm, and they always are doing all kinds of activities and events for their employees. They're always throwing parties, after work, happy hour. They always have concerts. There was one time that I know of that they had Jerry Seinfeld host one of their events. So they really hone in on having fun at work, or fun being a part of your work. And so to further prove to you that or to prove my point, this is a value as opposed to a culture, I'm going to read you the definitions of company and of culture and value. And as you listen to these definitions, I want you to think about where your business fits into these definitions, or your company, where your business or where your company fits into these definitions. I'm going to read them because I have not memorized them at all. Okay? So, a culture is a way that a group of people walk, talk, dress, worship, create music, or eat, along with some other things that people within that culture do similarly. A value is the regard of something that is held to deserve, the importance, worth, or usefulness of something. It is a person's principles or standards of behavior, one's judgment of what is important. I'm going to go on a limb and say that your business aligns more with the definition of value than it does with the definition of culture. However, if your business does align more with culture, please comment and let me know, because I would love to hear about it and I would have questions. And so it would be a learning experience for me. So the definition of company culture is, well, it's supposed to be a set of values and goals that all leaders and employees share and work towards. That is it. There is nothing else behind the definition of company culture. It is a set of your company values. And if you think about it, the definition of culture is more suited for a family dynamic than an office or work dynamic. And I'm saying this on purpose because I know there's many of you that say, oh, you know, our culture is a family culture. We work like a family. We are family. And you're not family. They get paid literally to speak to you. Set performance standards. You don't do that with your family. As a hiring manager or a boss, you might have to fire someone. You're not going to do that with your family. You might have to write someone up. You might have to tell someone, no, they can't go on vacation at this time because we're in a blackout period. These are things that happen in an office or a work setting. That's not happening with your family. And furthermore, family dynamics, if you're comparing yourself to a family culture, what role is everyone playing? Is your role as the manager or as the boss, the parent, making your colleagues and people that report to you your kids? If so, that's not good. I'm fairly certain that your people that work for you do not want to be treated like children. So when we think about the definition of value, that seems more aligned with a team. And wouldn't you say that your company works more like a team than a family? I mean, a sports team, there's a team captain or there are several team captains. That team captain drives the vision of where we're going during this game. They manage the field. They drive what's going on. They call the plays. And everyone on the team has the same goal, same value. The goal is do the work to win the game or the championship. And the work that they have to do to attain that, to win the game or the championship, is all related to their job. They have to, it's all measurable. How much time are you spending practicing? How much time are you spending working out? How much time are you spending perfecting your craft? I mean, and it has nothing to do with their mannerisms or their characteristics or what they're born with, because there are plenty of basketball players professionally that are born with characteristics that we would believe would make you awesome at playing basketball. Because they don't hone in on what they were gifted in, they are average players. So you don't want anyone average. You want a teammate. You don't want a family member. Most of the time when we say culture fit, we mean we want someone that's going to get along with our team, or we want someone to fit our mold. And then that's where the problem falls in. The problem starts with the mold. You want someone that fits into your mold. But in many organizations in this country, the mold is white and male, unfortunately. And that's just the dynamic of this country because of the history of this country. So if I walk into an interview and you reject me and I'm qualified, and you say to me, you're not a culture fit, you're essentially saying to me that I am qualified for the job and that you recognize I'm qualified for the job, but you're not giving me the job because I'm not a culture fit. I do not fit your mold. And I have already researched your company, so I can easily look and see that your mold is white and male. I can easily look up your leaders. I can easily look up who works for your company. And I can see that I did not fit in with my brown self. So I know what that means. I don't have to guess. I know what that means. And the reason why it's inherently racist is because the history in this country, in the Jim Crow days, when blacks were migrating from the South to the North and to the West to escape white terrorism, the racism that they found in the North and the West was they couldn't get jobs. White business owners refused to give them jobs and make a living. Inherent racism. There was also during the, I believe, 1800s or 1900s, I believe that's the time period where Chinese and Mexican immigrants, they were migrating into the United States. There would be a small business would have a job opening. They would put a sign on their window, job available, no Chinese, no Mexicans. Look this up. Google this. It is true. These are things that have happened in our country, which make saying you're not a culture fit, inherently racist, because that's what those white business owners a long time ago that's what they were saying. You're not a culture. You do not fit into this culture. We don't feel that you will fit into our culture. Saying things like you're not a culture fit, you open yourself up for unconscious bias. You want to use things that are measurable. So values are measurable. Even a value of having fun is measurable, because you can measure how many events do we have per year? How many events are we having per month? How many people attended? We can send out surveys to find out if people enjoyed them. So you can measure this because it is a value. We value putting fun into the workplace. So that is something that you can measure. So next time you are having an interview, write down what you are looking for. And if that person you feel does not meet your culture, you feel is not a culture fit for your company, write down why. Why are they not a culture fit? And make sure that it has everything to do with the job and not with characteristics or mannerisms. So in that reason, if it does have something to do with a characteristic or a mannerism, you need to change it. And you need to really dig deep into saying why this person wasn't a fit, and flip it to something that can be measured. This person, when asked certain questions, this person did not demonstrate to me that they share the values of X, Y, and Z. Or they did not demonstrate that they can work within the values of X, Y, and Z. You want to use measurable items. You also want to make sure you put weight, measurable weight on those values. Is the value of customer service weighed the same as the value of having fun? What's more important? So if someone shared your level of customer service value, but maybe they don't like to go out with their coworkers, are you rejecting them for that reason? Something to consider. So I'm going to end this to say, because I'm already way past my time, that you really should want to break your mold. Don't try to fit the mold. Make sure you try to break the mold. You want to know what breaking the mold brings you? Breaking the mold brings you new ideas. It brings you people that will challenge you. It brings you people that have different life experiences. They can bring all of that into their job, into their position, into your company, as long as they hone it well. And you can determine if they hone their life experiences well during an interview. You want someone that shares your company values. You want someone that is qualified to do the job. And you want someone that is excited and willing to do the job. What you need to make sure of during your interview is that they can demonstrate that they can do the job, and that they can demonstrate that they share your values. And that's where your questions, when you're during that interview, should be focused on. That is my time. I'm actually way past my time. Oh, I forgot to mention one thing. If you're going to have a company culture, let it be something simple like we get shit done. That's our culture. Our culture is we get shit done, because getting shit done is something that's measurable. And you can ask a question about getting shit done. So let it be something like that. Do you get shit done? And if you do get shit done, can you demonstrate or explain to me times where you got shit done with your past employees? Measurable. Keep it simple. That's my time. I hope you guys have a great one. Enjoy. Bye.